English While You Listen podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome to our very first episode. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Emma. We're so excited to launch this podcast today.
So, what's this all about? Well, we created this podcast for English learners who want to improve their listening skills while exploring interesting topics.
Exactly. Each episode, Daniel and I will have a natural conversation about everyday themes. We'll speak clearly, use useful vocabulary, and discuss things that actually matter in daily life.
The goal is simple. You listen, you learn new words and phrases, and you get comfortable with real English conversations. No boring textbook dialogues here.
Right. And today's topic is perfect for this time of year. Winter blues, maintaining energy during the dark months.
Ah, yes, winter. Short days, long nights, cold weather.
Sounds like someone's already feeling it.
Well, aren't we all? But that's exactly why we chose this topic. Winter can be tough on our mood and energy levels, so let's talk about how to deal with it.
By the end of this episode, you'll have some practical tips to feel better during these dark months. Ready to dive in?
Let's do it.
So, Daniel, let me ask you, how do you personally feel during winter? Does the lack of sunlight affect you?
Oh, absolutely. I notice I become more sluggish, you know? It's harder to get out of bed in the morning when it's still dark outside.
Sluggish. That's a great word for it. It means slow, lacking energy. I feel the same way. My motivation just drops during winter.
And it's not just us, right? There's actually a scientific explanation for this. The reduced sunlight affects our body's production of certain chemicals.
You mean like vitamin D and serotonin?
Exactly. When we get less sunlight, our vitamin D levels decrease, and that can impact our mood. Serotonin, which is sometimes called the happy hormone, also gets lower.
So basically our bodies are literally responding to the environment. It's not just in our heads.
Right. Some people even experience something called SAD, Seasonal Affective Disorder. It's a type of depression that follows a seasonal pattern, typically occurring in winter.
That sounds serious. How can people tell if they have SAD versus just normal winter tiredness?
Well, SAD symptoms are more intense and persistent. We're talking about feeling depressed most of the day, losing interest in activities you normally enjoy, having trouble sleeping or sleeping too much, feeling hopeless or worthless, experiencing significant changes in appetite.
Wow, that's quite a list.
Yeah, and these symptoms need to last for at least 2 weeks and really interfere with your daily life. If you're experiencing this, it's not something to ignore.
I see. So if someone suspects they have SAD, they should probably consult a doctor, right?
Definitely. A healthcare professional can provide proper diagnosis and treatment options, which might include therapy, medication, or light therapy.
Good to know. But for most of us dealing with regular winter blues, there are plenty of strategies we can try ourselves.
Exactly. And that's what we're going to focus on today. Practical, everyday strategies that anyone can implement.
Okay, let's get into those. What's your first recommendation?
Light exposure. Since lack of sunlight is a big part of the problem, we need to maximize the light we do get.
How do we do that practically?
Well, try to spend time outdoors during daylight hours, especially around midday when the sun is brightest. Even on cloudy days, natural light helps.
That's a good point. Even if it's overcast, being outside is better than staying indoors all day.
Exactly. I try to take a walk during my lunch break, even if it's just for 15 minutes. It really makes a difference.
Do you find it hard to motivate yourself to go outside when it's cold and dark?
Sometimes, yes. That's why I started a little trick. I keep my coat and shoes by the door so there's less friction. I just grab them and go before I can talk myself out of it.
That's clever, removing barriers to good habits. I like it.
Another tip, keep your curtains open during the day. Let as much natural light into your home or workspace as possible.
I actually started doing that recently. I also rearranged my desk to be closer to the window.
Smart move. And if your workspace doesn't have windows, or you live somewhere with very limited daylight, there's another option.
Light therapy boxes?
Exactly. These devices mimic natural sunlight and can be really helpful, especially in countries with very short winter days.
I've heard about those. You sit in front of them for about 20 to 30 minutes each morning, right?
That's right. They're particularly popular in Scandinavian countries where winter days are extremely short. Some people in Norway or Finland might only get a few hours of daylight in December.
That must be incredibly challenging.
It is, but these communities have developed great strategies over generations. They really embrace hygge, that Danish concept of coziness and comfort.
Oh, I love that. So it's not just about fighting winter, but also finding ways to enjoy it.
Exactly. Which brings us to mindset. How we think about winter can actually affect how we experience it.
What do you mean?
Well, if we constantly view winter as something to endure, something negative, it becomes this heavy burden. But if we can find aspects of winter to appreciate, the beauty of snow, the coziness of warm drinks, the excuse to stay in and read.
It becomes less oppressive.
Right. It's not about toxic positivity or pretending everything is great. It's about balanced thinking.
I like that distinction, acknowledging that winter is challenging while also finding genuine moments of pleasure.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about physical activity because this is huge for mood regulation.
Okay, but here's the problem. It's so much harder to motivate yourself to exercise when it's cold and dark.
You're not wrong. That's why you need to find activities you actually enjoy. If going to the gym feels like torture, try something else.
Like what?
Well, indoor activities like yoga, dancing, or even just following workout videos at home. The key is consistency, not intensity.
So it doesn't have to be hardcore training.
Not at all. Even a brisk 20-minute walk can make a difference. The goal is to get your body moving regularly.
What about the science behind this? Why does exercise help with mood?
When you exercise, your body releases endorphins. Those are natural mood boosters. They're sometimes called feel-good chemicals because they literally make you feel happier.
Endorphins. That's an important word for our listeners. endorphins.
Good point. Exercise also reduces stress hormones like cortisol, improves sleep quality, and increases self-confidence.
I've definitely noticed that when I exercise regularly, I sleep better.
Same here, and better sleep means better mood, which means more energy for exercise. It's a positive cycle.
A positive cycle. I like that. The opposite of a vicious cycle.
Exactly. Now, speaking of cycles, let's talk about diet. What we eat has a massive impact on how we feel, especially in winter.
Oh yes, during winter, I crave comfort foods constantly. You know, heavy, carb-rich meals.
Guilty as charged. There's nothing like a big bowl of pasta on a cold evening.
Or soup. I love making hearty soups in winter.
Me too. But while comfort foods are fine in moderation, our overall diet really matters. We need to make sure we're getting enough nutrients.
What nutrients specifically?
Vitamin D is crucial since we're getting less from sunlight. You can find it in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines. Also in egg yolks and fortified foods.
Fortified means foods that have vitamins added to them, right?
Correct, like fortified milk, orange juice, or cereals. You can check the label. It will usually say fortified with vitamin D or show it in the nutrition facts.
And if we can't get enough from food?
Then a vitamin D supplement might be helpful, especially during winter months. But it's always good to check with your doctor first.
What about omega-3 fatty acids? I've heard those are important for mood.
Absolutely. Omega-3s are essential for brain health and mood regulation. Again, fish is a great source, especially oily fish like salmon, tuna, and mackerel.
What if someone doesn't like fish?
Good question. You can also get omega-3s from walnuts, flax seeds, chia seeds, and algae-based supplements.
So there are vegetarian options too. That's helpful.
Definitely. Now, what about those carb cravings you mentioned earlier? Should we fight them completely?
I'm hoping you'll say no.
Good news, not necessarily. The key is understanding that not all carbs are equal.
What do you mean?
Simple carbohydrates like white bread, candy, sugary snacks give you a quick energy spike followed by a crash. They can actually make your mood worse in the long run.
So they're like a false promise?
Exactly. But complex carbohydrates like whole grains, sweet potatoes, oats, brown rice, quinoa, these release energy slowly and can actually help boost serotonin levels.
So we should choose complex over simple?
Right, your body will thank you. Also, try to pair carbs with protein or healthy fats, like peanut butter on whole wheat toast or oatmeal with nuts.
Why pair them?
It slows down digestion and keeps your blood sugar stable, which helps maintain steady energy and mood throughout the day.
That makes sense. No more energy roller coasters.
Exactly. And speaking of stability, try to eat regular, balanced meals. Skipping meals or eating irregularly can affect your blood sugar and make your mood swing even more.
I'm definitely guilty of skipping breakfast sometimes.
Many people are, but breakfast is actually really important, especially in winter when your body needs energy to stay warm and alert.
Okay, you've convinced me. I'll work on that. Now, I want to talk about social connections because I think that's something people often neglect in winter.
Oh, absolutely. Winter isolation is real. When it's cold and dark, we tend to hibernate, stay home, cancel plans, avoid social interaction.
Hibernate. I love that comparison. Just like bears in winter, we just want to curl up and sleep until spring.
Exactly. But unlike bears, humans actually need social connection to maintain mental health. We're social creatures by nature.
So, even when you don't feel like it, you should try to see friends and family?
Yes, but be realistic about it. You don't have to become super social overnight. Maybe just commit to one social activity per week.
That sounds manageable. It could be anything, right? Coffee with a friend, joining a club, attending a community event?
Exactly. The format doesn't matter as much as the connection itself. Even video calls with distant friends can help.
I actually find video calls really helpful. I have a friend who moved to another country, and we do virtual coffee dates every Sunday.
That's wonderful. It's about maintaining those bonds, that sense of belonging.
What if someone feels like they don't have close friends or family nearby?
That's a great question. In that case, it might be time to build new connections. Join a class. Could be language learning, cooking, art, whatever interests you.
Or volunteer work?
Absolutely. Volunteering is fantastic for multiple reasons. You meet people, you feel purposeful, you help others. It's a win-win-win situation.
And helping others can actually boost your own mood, right?
Definitely. There's research showing that altruistic behavior, doing things for others, increases happiness and life satisfaction.
Speaking of staying connected, what about hobbies? Does having winter hobbies make a difference?
Definitely. Having something to look forward to is crucial for mental health. Winter is actually a great time to pick up indoor hobbies you might not have time for in summer.
Like what?
Reading, learning a musical instrument, painting, knitting, cooking, writing, learning a new language.
Oh, like listening to English podcasts.
Exactly. The point is to engage your mind in something positive and productive.
I think having a creative outlet is really valuable. It gives you a sense of accomplishment, even when the weather outside is gloomy.
Gloomy is another good word. It means dark, depressing, lacking light. And you're absolutely right. Hobbies provide achievement and progress when everything outside feels stagnant.
I started knitting last winter, and I found it really meditative. My hands were busy, my mind was calm.
That's a perfect example. Repetitive, creative activities like knitting can be very soothing. It's similar to meditation in some ways.
Which actually reminds me, we should talk about meditation and mindfulness.
Good transition. Yes, mindfulness and meditation can be really powerful tools for managing stress and low mood during winter.
I'll be honest, I've tried meditation and found it really difficult. My mind just wanders constantly.
That's completely normal. Everyone's mind wanders during meditation. Literally everyone, even people who've been practicing for years.
Really?
Really, the practice is not about having a blank mind. It's about noticing when your mind wanders and gently bringing your attention back.
So you don't have to be perfect at it?
Not at all. There's no perfect in meditation. Even 5 minutes a day can make a difference.
What about people who find it frustrating?
Start small. Try just 2 minutes. Set a timer, close your eyes, focus on your breath. When your mind wanders, and it will, just notice it and return to your breath. No judgment.
No judgment. That's important, isn't it?
Very important. Be kind to yourself. Meditation is a practice, not a performance.
Are there apps that can help?
Tons. Apps like Headspace, Calm, Insight Timer, they offer guided meditations specifically for beginners.
Guided might be easier than trying alone.
Definitely. Having a voice guide you through it can really help, especially when you're starting out.
Okay, what else? We've covered light, exercise, diet, social connection, hobbies, meditation.
Let's talk about routine. This is huge for winter well-being.
Why is routine so important in winter specifically?
Because when days are dark and everything feels the same, it's easy to lose track of time and let your schedule fall apart. A consistent routine provides structure and stability.
What kind of routine are we talking about?
Basic things: waking up and going to bed at the same time each day, eating meals at regular hours, scheduling time for work, exercise, and relaxation.
Even on weekends?
Ideally, yes. You can be a bit more flexible on weekends, but try not to completely abandon your sleep schedule. That Monday morning will be brutal otherwise.
Brutal means extremely difficult or harsh. And yes, I've made that mistake before. Staying up until 2 a.m. on Saturday, then trying to wake up at 7 a.m. on Monday is not fun.
Not fun at all. Your body's circadian rhythm, its internal clock, gets confused.
Circadian rhythm, that's the body's natural sleep-wake cycle, right?
Exactly. It's regulated by light exposure, which is already disrupted in winter, so keeping a consistent sleep schedule helps maintain it.
What about sleep quality? I know I tend to oversleep in winter.
Sleep is tricky in winter. Some people sleep too much, others can't sleep well. Both are problems.
What helps with better sleep?
Create a good sleep environment. Keep your bedroom cool but not cold. Around 18 degrees Celsius is ideal. Make it as dark as possible using blackout curtains or an eye mask.
What about noise?
If noise is an issue, try earplugs or a white noise machine. The goal is to make your bedroom a sanctuary for sleep.
And no screens before bed.
Right, the blue light from phones and computers disrupts your body's production of melatonin. That's the sleep hormone.
How long before bed should we avoid screens?
Ideally, at least an hour before bedtime. Use that time for calming activities instead.
Like what?
Reading a physical book, taking a warm bath, gentle stretching, listening to calm music, or meditation we talked about earlier.
Basically creating a wind-down routine.
Exactly. Your body learns to associate these activities with sleep, which makes falling asleep easier.
That's smart. Train your body like you'd train for anything else.
Right, and avoid caffeine in the afternoon and evening. It can stay in your system for hours and interfere with sleep.
What about alcohol? Some people think it helps them sleep.
Common misconception. Alcohol might help you fall asleep faster, but it disrupts sleep quality. You wake up more during the night and get less deep restorative sleep. So it's actually counterproductive. Exactly. Better to avoid it close to bedtime.
Okay, we've covered so much. Is there anything else we should mention?
Yes, setting goals for winter. This can really help maintain motivation when energy is low.
What kind of goals work best?
Small, achievable ones. Not, I'm going to completely transform my life this winter, but more like, I'm going to read 2 books this month. Or, I'm going to learn 10 new recipes. Or, I'm going to call a friend once a week.
So realistic goals that you can actually accomplish?
Right. Big, vague goals can be overwhelming and lead to disappointment. Small goals give you regular wins.
And celebrate when you achieve them.
Absolutely. Acknowledge your progress, even if it seems small. Every step forward counts.
What about when you failed to meet a goal?
Great question. Don't beat yourself up. Just adjust and try again. Maybe the goal was too ambitious, or life got in the way. That's okay.
Be kind to yourself?
Exactly. Which is actually my final and perhaps most important point.
Tell us.
Be patient and compassionate with yourself. Winter is genuinely challenging. It's okay to have difficult days.
Not every day has to be productive and cheerful.
Exactly. Some days you just need to rest, watch a comfort movie, drink hot chocolate, and that's perfectly fine. Self-compassion is not self-indulgence.
I think a lot of people need to hear that.
Yes, we live in a culture that glorifies constant productivity, but rest is productive too. Your body and mind need it, especially in winter.
Balance is key.
Yes, try the strategies we discussed, but don't pressure yourself to do everything perfectly. Pick what works for you, start small, and build from there.
Perfect advice to end on. Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground today.
We really have. Let's quickly recap the main points for our listeners.
Right. So we talked about maximizing light exposure, getting outside during daylight, keeping curtains open, maybe using a light therapy box.
We discussed the importance of regular exercise, even if it's just gentle movement, and understanding how endorphins boost our mood.
We covered diet, getting enough vitamin D and omega-3s, choosing complex carbohydrates over simple ones, and eating regular, balanced meals.
We emphasized maintaining social connections, even when you feel like hibernating. One social activity per week is a good starting point.
Finding hobbies and activities that engage you during the darker months. Reading, creative projects, learning new skills.
Keeping a consistent routine for stability, especially for sleep. Your circadian rhythm will thank you.
Prioritizing good sleep hygiene. Cool, dark room, no screens before bed, calming bedtime routine.
Trying mindfulness or meditation, even just for a few minutes a day.
Setting small, achievable goals to maintain motivation.
And most importantly, being kind and patient with yourself throughout the process.
These are all tools in your toolkit. You don't have to do everything at once. Choose what resonates with you and start there.
Exactly. And remember, if you're experiencing severe symptoms or persistent depression that interferes with your daily life, please reach out to a healthcare professional. There's no shame in seeking help.
Absolutely. Mental health is health, and winter makes it harder for many people.
So, what did you think of our first episode, Emma?
I really enjoyed it. I hope our listeners found it useful and maybe picked up some new English words too.
If you did find it helpful, we'd love to hear from you. And if you have suggestions for future topics, definitely let us know.
We're planning to cover all sorts of everyday themes, from building healthy habits to managing stress, from cooking tips to cultural differences, from travel experiences to work-life balance.
All while helping you improve your English listening skills. Our goal is to make learning English enjoyable and practical.
So keep listening, keep learning, and don't forget to practice the new vocabulary we introduced today.
Thanks so much for tuning in to our very first episode. We're really excited about this journey with you.
Until next time, take care of yourselves, stay warm, and remember, spring will come eventually.
Very reassuring, Emma. And in the meantime, try out some of these strategies and see what works for you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.